Hit for me one time. Hit for me two times. Hit for me three times. Lego. Get it for me. 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 Hit for me. Get it 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 for me.
Good day, everyone. My name is Controversial Carl, and welcome back to, well, the world of the Devil's Class. Now, why is it controversial? That's why. Today's episode is going to feature the class that is probably most hated in World of Tanks, tank destroyers, that fire up into the air with a shell arc that lands down on top of the enemy, also known as artillery. Well, artillery destroys tanks, you know, they are technically tank destroyers. Shut up! I make sense. And this particular game is a province attack against ANV. We were going to try and take their province on the Tier 8 Clan Wars map, and this was my very first time playing artillery in Clan Wars. And well, let's just say artillery is a balanced class. And by balanced I mean completely RNG based, because that shot in the T-54 lightweight should probably not have killed him, yet it did. It was not fully aimed and the shot went, well, close enough to him to do 500 and something damage. Now I have to say that during most of these replays I had to switch to a free camera and then press G to go into battle assistant mode, because in the replay system the game doesn't really understand battle assistant mod and just zooms out all the way while in fixed camera in the battle assistant mod. I've said battle assistant quite a lot of times now. Battle assistant, battle assistant, battle assistant, battle assistant, battle assistant. There we go. As you may have noticed that after every shot I move. Now, I know that the enemy artillery is dead, but this moving after firing is so embedded in my brain that I just keep doing it even though I know the enemy doesn't have any artillery left. And that is because the enemy artillery can see your tracer. And if they can see your tracer, that means they can fire at your, well, most recent position and thus kill you. Getting counter-artied while in artillery is one of the most annoying things, because you know it's completely your fault. So Phil, why don't you take AP shells in your artillery? Well, because I don't believe in AP shells in artillery. Every time I fired an AP shell in this M4043, that shot would do its absolute best to just fly off into the distance into another map. When I fire an AP shell, you have to hit the target. And when I fire an AP shell, I never hit the target. But the real $1,001 question is, why am I playing artillery? For multiple reasons. The first reason is Clan Wars. We needed Tier 8 artillery for Clan Wars, and the Tier 10 ARTY is not something I'm actually going to do. I'm probably going to stop at the M53-55 and that's it. I got the M4043 for Clan Wars. I can buy the Lorraine 15551, the Tier 8 French one, for Clan Wars, and that's it. The second reason is missions. The missions to get the T-55A in the Object 260 are still far away from me. So I'm doing the artillery missions to get the free credits and consumables from the Stug 4 and the T-28 concept. Because let's be honest, some of those arty missions are complete and utter bullplop, while the others are just shoot a target and that's 200,000 credits worth, and you're just like, well, that's free credits. Don't mind if I do. And those arty missions get easier when you have higher tier artillery. There is one mission where I have to splash 3 tanks at the same time. Now, I'm never ever going to do that in the Burt, now am I? I'm probably not going to do it in the M44, so that's why I got the M40 with premium rounds. That splash radius is just completely stupid. I don't understand why artillery has premium rounds, but that's not something I can, you know, discuss with Wargaming about. Now, this Lorraine game we are watching at the moment had just some of the most spectacularly stupid people in chat. That was just European chat at its best. Every single time someone said something, it had the word cancer in it. Just every single time. I don't understand why people find the need to just start insulting every single thing and every single one in that game with words that are nah. But as you may have noticed in the beginning of this game, that Ferdinand was quite unhappy with the way we deployed our own team, and I said, complain more please, because I was on a losing streak as well. I was not in my best mood, and him complaining about the fact that our team was deploying the way they were kind of annoyed me, and he said something back in French. Now looking back at it, that meant poor bastard. But what is the point in switching to your own language? At least insult me in a way I can understand. Yeah, I don't understand people. I just don't. Now, as you may have noticed by now, is that I am not really in a regular artillery position. When I'm playing my French artillery, I like to just go out and about and drive around, because I've got the speed. I can easily do about 40 to 50 kilometers an hour in any French ARTY that is above tier 6. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Now look at the tanks in front of me. They're all a one-shot. Like, they are below 200 health. So what I do is I go in. I tell them to attack, or at least follow me, while I go in and take the shots from the AMX 1375. Now I roughly know where that artillery is, but I'm not quite sure where the AMX is, so I assume that if I'm going to hug the hill that I should be safe for quite some time. Now, I know the ARTY is still on the hill, and I proxy spot the AMX 1375 and almost flip my own tank. That would have been really bad in that situation. But I know that with the AMX above me, and now the ARTY spotted, what I can do is I can just sit in cap, because he has to come around over the hill or around the hill to shoot us. And we've got so many tanks in cap right now that he has to make a play or just lose the game. That ARTY is still aiming, so I don't want to go in yet. I know that AMX needs 3 shots to kill me, so I'm just waiting for the GW Panther to die. The Panther fires, the Ferdinand kills him, and this is my chance. I can take 3 shots before he kills me. He fires 1, fires 2, but I'm having none of it, and just kill him. Now, if you are still watching at this point, congratulations! As a reward, there will be a video on Sunday. That will not feature artillery, don't worry. Instead, it will be a series that I sort of yet maybe announced in the previous video, I'm not quite sure anymore. But it will be an irregular series. Well, you will see on Sunday. But first, let me prioritize my targets and shoot the tier 10 instead of the tier 8. That Jaeger looks kinda tasty at this point. Now, this series idea is an idea that I haven't really seen on YouTube before. And I'm not quite sure if no one has done it, but the YouTube section will know. So if you have seen this idea, let me know on Sunday when the video comes out. Now, my whole idea behind this third artillery replay is that not all the shots of an artillery hit. The artillery is not a laser guided point and click system, even though it feels like it sometimes. You will always remember the shots that hit you, but you will not remember the shots that missed you over and over and over that one game. Because when an artillery hits you, it pulls you out of that groove where you have not been shot yet. And you didn't lose 200 to 800 health in a second. But the most important thing that people hate about artillery is you have no control over being safe from artillery. Well, you have some control. If there's a city map, you are rather more safe than, for example, Sand River. If you go to the south, well, you are a prime target for me and every other artillery that is in a possible game with you. However, if you go to the north, there are the mountains. That T-57 Heavy, for example, is safer than the AMX 50B on the southern flank. But when I say you have no control over artilleries, you don't know if an artillery is aiming for you. Whereas if you're in an engagement with an E100 and he is around the corner, you know that that E100 sees you and is going to aim for you when you pop out. You don't know that with artillery. You cannot know if you are safe to pop out, take a shot and pop back in, because ARTY could or could not be aiming at you, and that's what people hate about it, the not knowing aspect of it. You can pop out, be safe and do it 5 more times, but maybe the 6th time you can use all your health in a single blow because you could not know ARTY was aiming for you. Also, if you are going to play artillery, look at your minimap. Continuously look at your minimap. The moment that E50M got killed by the FV2 on 5V1A3, I know I could move to the northern part because the southern part has no cover for me. That Jaeger can just trundle around the corner and kill me without me seeing him before he kills me. However, in the northern part, I know I'm not continuously safe there, but the E430 and the 1A3 are closer to me, and so they can help me faster. And in turn, I am closer to them, so if they suddenly get flanked, they still have the safety of an artillery behind them that could shoot the target that suddenly popped up to the side of them, or even behind them. Now, this is where this game gets interesting. That 430 on my team is on low health. Like, he doesn't even need to be hit by a shell and he could die. So what he's going to do is he's going to actually communicate with me. I know, he's going to actually communicate with me to work together to win this game. He knows artillery on my team is my friend, and if I can work with him, we can still win this game. And I asked him, do you have good view range? Because I was thinking I could offer myself up to get shot by something, so he could spot it and then kill it in return, because Let's be honest, a mobile tier 10 medium is more useful than a slow lumbering tier 8 artillery. But it doesn't really matter because I know that he is going to spot that side, so I can pre-aim already. Now he goes in to spot that side, and I'm not sure if I'm safe here to get spotted. I don't have 6th sense. I am training Camo or Brothers in Arms, one or the other. He spots the ELC and then he spots the Jaegeru. And that Jaegeru has made the biggest mistake of this game. He just sits there. And now he's dead. Now what I'm thinking now is, I can take a shot from that ELC. He cannot. So if I drive around that corner, the ELC will aim at me for him to pop out and kill the ELC. However, he just straight up pokes out and kills him. And what's left now is the Grill 15, and the Grill 15 last spotted at 1800 health left, and we don't know what he is on now. And I'm just following that 430 because I want to stay close to him. I don't want to sit in the corner and wait for him to basically die. And we spot the Grill 15 in our own base. Now he immediately looks for cover, and I drive forward a bit too far because I didn't have the gun depression to shoot him at first. And I don't let it aim completely because I'm scared, and I take the prayer shot.